Hey, what's up guys? My name's Fonz and welcome to Genshin Impact. Today we are starting a series that is going to be probably a 5 or 6 part beginner's guide to Genshin Impact. The main reason I'm making this is because I want to have one solid place, one playlist to point new players so that they can learn everything they need to about the game. So with that being said, today we're going to explain the ranking systems in this game, and then we're going to go over the different characters, weapon types, elements, and talk a little bit about some elemental reactions. So welcome to the Fonz Plays channel. If you're new around here, definitely subscribe down below. If you have anything to add to these videos, definitely drop them in the comment section. And if you don't have anything to add, make sure you go down below and like some of the comments that you think are the best tips. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Now, when you first get into Genshin Impact, you have two different ranks that you're looking at that kind of don't make sense, or at least it doesn't jump out at you. You have your character level and your adventure rank. And these are two very different things. So let me explain a little bit of what the differences are. So when we're talking about character level, we're talking about this number right here. This is, for lack of better terms, the level of your character. Each character has their own level and it is not shared across characters whatsoever. Now, to increase this level, you either just play with the character and slowly get XP over time, or if you come down here to the level up button, you have the option to level them with a hero's wit currency. So you have 3 different levels. You have Wanderer's Advice, Adventurer's Experience, and Hero's Wit. You can see that my character currently is a little bit above level 40. If I use one Wanderer's Advice, it gives me 1,000 XP on this character. If I use an Adventurer's Experience, it gives me 5,000 XP. And if I use a Hero's Wit, it gives me a whopping 20,000 XP. Now, early on in the game, they will throw these at you. They want you to level up and feel as powerful as possible really early on. And I recommend you do it. Pick 1 or 2 of your favorite characters and level them pretty much all the way up to 20 at that point, and you'll be able to kind of cruise through the game for a little bit and kind of get a feel for everything. Now you might be asking, what does my character level do? Why does it matter? All right, so you can see we have a brand new character here, Yanfei. She is level 1 out of 20. If we choose to level her up, it looks like it's going to take 6, 7. Okay, so 7 books to level her all the way up, but we don't want to waste any XP. So I'm going to use 6 books, confirm that. So now she's level 19 out of 20, and you can see her stats have gone up as well. Then from that point, you can just work backwards and give her one of the smaller ones. You don't have to waste a bunch of these big ones. Because if you see here, if I click this and I confirm it, we're wasting 19,825 XP because she only needs that 175 right here. And remember, this gives us 20,000. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over to the Wanderer's Advice and give her one of these, and we're only wasting 825 XP. Keep in mind, you can just go play with her at this point and it won't take long to get 1,000 XP. But for the sake of the video, we're going to go ahead and confirm this. Boom, she is now level 20. So you can see that as you level characters up, your max HP goes up a little bit, your attack goes up a little bit, and your defense goes up a little bit. As you get higher, the jumps get a little bit bigger, but it also gets more expensive the higher level they are. Now, once you have them at their max in the tier that they're in, so she is 20 out of 20 right now, you can actually come down here and hit this ascend button. So now you can see that when you ascend a character, their stats go up a little bit more. So you can see that her base HP goes up a little bit, her defense and her attack. And now we know that when we ascend her, her passive stat is her pyro damage bonus. Not every character has the same ascension stat. Some characters have crit rate, some characters have crit damage, some characters have energy recharge, but I don't want to overwhelm you. Just know that they're not all the same. So you can see these are the required materials for leveling her up, as well as 20,000 Mora. We're going to go ahead and ascend her. And now she is 20 out of 40. So we got that nice bump in her overall stats, as well as a new talent. Every character will always have 2 locked passive talents when you first get them. The first passive talent will be unlocked when you ascend past level 20, and the second will be unlocked when you ascend past level 60. And the third talent's always something nice, like it'll give you materials back when you're crafting, give you a lower stamina consumption rate, or like Yanfei here, it'll display resources on your mini-map. Next thing I want to touch on is going to be your friendship rank with all of your characters. Essentially, this is a number that goes up based on how much you use the character. So anytime you see this symbol where you're getting companion XP, that will give you more friendship levels. And to be honest, it's not that important, but it does give you cool like player banners back here. And you can change that just by editing your profile and changing your name card. But yeah, there's a ton of them. And like I said, they literally tell you exactly how to get them in the description. But next, let's talk about adventure rank. So you can see your adventure rank right here in the start menu. And essentially, as you increase your adventure rank, more things will be unlocked. You'll be able to fight new bosses around the map. You'll be able to complete different domains around the map. For some of them, just earning primo gems, farming for talent books on some of them, and farming for artifacts. Essentially, the more you rank up your adventure rank, you'll slowly be able to unlock more and more levels where you can get better rarity of your artifacts. Now I'm going to do a video just on artifacts, so don't worry if you're confused by artifacts. I'll explain them all in a future video. Make sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss that. Now, leveling up your adventure rank doesn't just let you unlock more of the map, it lets you unlock more systems in the game. Like at level 14, you'll unlock daily commissions and the dispatch system, so that you can literally just dispatch your characters to go farm materials for you. You still get to use them while they're out on an expedition, by the way. And at level 16, you unlock the co-op system, so you can visit other friends' worlds, you can fight domains, fight bosses together, run around the map and roleplay, whatever you want. Then when you hit level 20, you're introduced to the world level system. I know what you're thinking, oh my god, another level system. Trust me, they're not too bad. But like I said, your world level is increased to level 1, monster and boss levels increased, and reward drops upgraded. So I'll show you what that means. If we come over here to the wolf boss, you can see that these are our possible rewards. The higher your adventure rank gets, the more of these rewards you're guaranteed every time you kill that boss. As well as just the enemies that are walking around your world, they'll also level up. Like for instance, when you first start the game, you might have 2 level 1 slimes hanging out. But if you were to come into my world and look for those same exact slimes, they're probably going to be somewhere in the ballpark of level 81. Keep in mind that is adventure rank 54 at world level 7. Now the world level system is the main reason you don't want to completely blitz through your adventure rank and try to get as much adventure rank as possible, because as your world level goes up, just enemies around the map will get stronger. So you can't even just walk down the street without encountering an enemy that might be too strong for you. So I would highly recommend taking your time, pacing yourself, just play the game for fun and let your adventure rank slowly go up. You definitely want to do quests and stuff like that, but don't go out of your way to try to farm adventure rank. And if you want more information about the world level and how it works, you can always click this little icon right here and it'll tell you all about the world level. Now next, I want to talk a little bit about characters. We're not going to dive super deep here. We're just going to kind of scratch the surface and give you like a general idea of the different types of characters and the different elements. So in the game, each character is equipped with a weapon. You'll either have a great sword user or a claymore, a short sword user, a polearm user or a spear user, then you'll have a bow user, and finally you'll have a catalyst user. Now each of these characters are going to feel very different. The best thing I can recommend for you is just go into the game, equip a character that has one of these 5 types of weapons, and just see if you like how they play. They all have their different uses, but most of how characters feel comes down to their talents. And we don't have enough time in this video to explain every single character and all their talents and how they work, and everybody's not going to have every character. So I would definitely recommend hopping into the game, choosing a character, playing around with them, just run around the world and see how you like them. Another deciding factor for if you're going to use a character and fit them into your team should be their element. Now there's technically 7 elements in the game, but we only have access to 6 of them right now. Those elements are Electro, Geo, Pyro, Cryo, Anemo, and Hydro. Dendro's also in the game, but there's not a character released yet that uses Dendro. But for instance, most of the elements when mixed together have some sort of reaction. One really good early game reaction that you should 100% be using is mixing Kaya's cryo attacks with Lisa's electro attacks. This will give you an elemental reaction called Superconduct. Superconduct lowers all enemies' physical resistance by 40%. So you use some of Lisa's electro attacks, switch back over to Kaya, use his cryo attack, and then start going in with your melees, and your damage is going to go way up just for using a couple attacks. Once you play the game more, you start to see more what elemental reactions do and how they're important, and towards the end game, you end up not staying on one character for long. You end up kind of switching through your team, playing different characters, proccing elemental reactions left and right. But let me know if you want to see a video dedicated to elemental reactions, because there is kind of a lot to it. And if you want more information yourself, you can always come over to the archive, go over to the tutorial section, and under the tutorial elements tab, they'll actually explain a lot of the different elements and what the elemental reactions are and kind of what they do. So that's a really helpful resource. Now, of course, as you're sitting here looking at this list of characters, you're like, dude, there's so many characters in this game. How do I even get more characters? Well, welcome to my favorite part of the game. If you come down here and hit the wish tab, this is how you're going to unlock more characters. So there's 3 different banners here, and they all function a little bit differently. The main thing you need to know is don't wish on the weapon banner. It's a scam. Please don't waste your money on the weapon banner. Now, the event banners always take an intertwined fate. You can purchase these with primo gems and wish on characters, or you'll earn like 4 or 5 throughout the battle pass if you end up buying that. Or you can wish on the standard banner, which uses acquaint fate. These are a lot more common. You'll probably see these more just throughout playing if you're free to play. You'll get plenty of these at the very start of the game for just leveling up your adventure rank. They'll kind of throw some free ones at you to try to get that dopamine drip going. But essentially you come over to this banner and you can just click the wish button, and you'll get a whole animation. Most of the time, that's the screen you'll see. You're going to end up getting 3-star weapons, which is great for leveling up your good weapons, your 4-star, your 5-star weapons if you're lucky. But most of the time, that's all it is just free XP for your other weapons. Now, last thing I want to touch on a little bit is the pity system in this game. If you've never played a gacha game and you don't know what the pity system means, essentially every 10 pulls, you're guaranteed to get a 4-star. It says every 10 wishes is guaranteed at least 1 4-star or higher. That doesn't mean you have to do a 10 wish. If you do single wishes, you'll still get a 4-star every 10 wishes, or just about. But there's also a pity for 5-star characters, which is the rarest characters in the game. So if you look at the details here, you can see that your base probability of winning a 5-star item is 0.6%. That's nothing. That means if there wasn't a pity system, you could roll 200 times and maybe get 1. But there's a pity system. It's not great, but there's a pity system. Essentially, on both of these banners, within 90 pulls, you're guaranteed to get a 5-star. Once you break 60, you have a better chance. But guaranteed every 90 pulls, you will get a 5-star. That's why you hear some people say, oh, I've got built up pity. They might be at 70 or 80 pulls and not have a 5-star yet and waiting on the new banner so that they can get the new event character or have a chance at the event character. Because in general, I don't recommend wasting your primo gems on the standard banner. I recommend going for the event banners, and if you want to wait till it's a character you're really excited about, then do that. Because if we look at the details on the event banner, we have increased drop rates for these characters, which means that if you get a 5-star, you're only going to get a character. You're going to guarantee yourself a character, and you have a 50-50 shot of it being the main character on the event banner, in this case Zhongli, or one of the other 5-stars from the standard banner. But you can see here, if you wish on the standard banner, you have a chance to get those same 5-star characters or a bunch of 5-star weapons. And I'm going to be honest, 5-star weapons are really good to get late game. 5-star characters are way more fun because it's a whole new character. 5-star characters are more powerful. You have a whole new kit to play with. Basically what I'm saying is I don't recommend wishing on the standard banner with primo gems. If they give you some Acquaint Fate, great, toss it in there, see what you get. But your primo gems, I would highly recommend using on the character event wish. And remember, if you've already wished a little bit, you can always come down to the shop down here and you get different currencies from actually wishing in the game that you can use to spend on wishes in game. You can use to spend on Mora, different materials, or you can come over here and purchase them with primo gems. But I think that's it for now. I feel like I overloaded you with enough information. But let me know what you guys thought. I think this will be a great series for new players to just kind of get in and get the feel for everything, because in Genshin Impact, there are a lot of systems and it can be overwhelming. So like I said, if you guys have any great tips for new players, drop them down in the comment section down below. And if you can't think of any yourself, make sure you go down and like the ones that you think are the most helpful for new players. But with that being said, subscribe if you guys are new around here, and a big shout out to the members of the channel. Thank you guys so much for helping make these videos possible. Once again, I appreciate you guys watching. I love you guys, and we will see you on the next one.